Anthony Sessa, the wolf from Philly. The first time Brooklyn laid eyes on Anthony Sessa, the air got heavy. He stepped off that midnight Amtrak from 30th Street Station, wearing a dark overcoat, smoke curling from his cigarette like it was his own personal fog machine. Philly had its killers, but Sessa, he wasn't just another button man. He was a problem solver. The kind of guy you sent when you wanted chaos turned into order, or a man turned into dust. Word on the street said he was coming at the personal request of Goku D'Angelo. Brooklyn was slipping. Too many betrayals. Too many mouths whispering in shadows. Trock was dead. Harlow's betrayal was still stinking up the borough, and Christian Zintelli was making his move, smooth as oil. Goku needed somebody who wasn't tangled in New York politics. Someone clean of the Brooklyn mud. Philly muscle with no Brooklyn loyalties. That someone was Anthony Sessa. The sit-down La Tavola Nera, back room, candlelight low. Goku at the head, Nick Palermo to his right, Bambi Palermo sitting back with that watchful fire in her eyes, and Lopez leaning in the corner, silent but loaded. The door creaks. In walks Sessa. Tall, lean, scars on his knuckles from fights nobody dared to ask about. He don't bow, don't kiss rings. Just nods once and takes the chair left open like it was meant for him. Brooklyn's boilin', Goku says, voice gravel deep. We need a man who don't spook easy, a man who's got no skin in the local games. Philly tells me you're that man. Sessa just lights another smoke, exhales slow. I ain't here to make friends. I ain't here to play your politics. I'm here 'cause Philly don't like the smell of Kansas City creeping into New York. And if I'm being honest, neither do I. You want order? You want the streets to remember what fear feels like? Then I'm your guy, but I ain't nobody's errand boy. I work with ya, not for ya. Nick bristles, but Bambi leans forward, smirking. Good. We don't need another soldier. We need a wolf. The move first job, he don't waste time. Within a week, Sessa cracks heads in Bay Ridge, wipes out a crew trying to skim dock shipments under Zintelli's nose. Sends the survivors back to Kansas City missing teeth and dignity. Leaves one alive with a broken jaw just so the story spreads faster than wildfire. By the end of the month, everybody's whispering it. Anthony Sessa ain't Brooklyn. He ain't Philly. He's the blade between. The streets of Brooklyn don't trust outsiders. But Anthony Sessa ain't looking for trust. He's looking for blood, order, and maybe a shot at his own piece of the pie. And whether Brooklyn wants him or not, the wolf from Philly's here to stay. Brooklyn Bloodlines Season 2, coming soon, whether you're ready or not.
Mugs, what the fuck you doing in there, you prick?
The case that inspired Poltergeist. Long Island, New York, 1958. A quiet little home at 1648 Brookfield Road was about to become the most famous haunted house in America. A haunting so strange, so widely reported, that it would inspire magazine covers, scientific investigations, and even Hollywood's legendary horror film, Poltergeist. This is the story of Popper the Poltergeist, the case that turned suburbia into a nightmare. Introduce the Hermann family. James Hermann, a chemical engineer, his wife, Lucille, their kids, 12-year-old Jimmy and 13-year-old Lucille Jr. February 3rd, 1958. James comes home from work. His wife explains that bleach bottles in the basement popped open by themselves. He assumes maybe pressure changes, maybe a prank. But when it happened again, and again, and again, The Hermanns realized something unnatural was happening inside their home. Over the next few weeks, milk bottles slid across the kitchen counter, holy water vials popped open in the bedroom, detergent bottles tipped over without anyone touching them. Witnesses, James and Lucille, saw it firsthand. Even neighbors came by and were shocked. Police officers called to the scene personally witnessed bottles moving across rooms. It wasn't just a family tale. Cops saw it. Neighbors saw it. Reporters saw it. Whatever was happening in the Hermann home was no longer just a ghost story. It was a phenomenon. The press shows up. Life magazine does a spread on the case. Reporters nickname the unseen entity Popper the Poltergeist because of all the popping bottles. Popper became a household name in paranormal circles. For the first time, an alleged poltergeist wasn't just whispered about in hushed tones. It was front-page news. America's suburbs had their first national haunting. This wasn't Salem. This wasn't some Gothic castle in Europe. This was a middle-class family on Long Island, and that terrified people in ways they hadn't been scared before. James Hermann, being a chemist, wanted answers. He reached out to Dr. J.B. Rhine, a Duke University parapsychologist famous for studying ESP and psychokinesis. Rhine's theories. Poltergeists often centered around pubescent children. The energy, stress, and hormones of kids could fuel disturbances. In Seaford, both Jimmy and Lucille Jr. were the right age. Rhine sent investigators. They couldn't find wires, magnets, or trickery. But they also couldn't prove spirits. What Rhine suspected was unnerving. Not a ghost, but the unconscious psychic energy of the Hermann children exploding into the physical world. If true, it would mean the human mind itself was capable of creating chaos, violence, even hauntings. The theory's theory 1. The paranormal Popper was a genuine poltergeist, a mischievous, violent spirit. Evidence. The sheer number of witnesses, including police. Theory 2. Psychological stress. Poltergeist activity reflects repressed anger, stress, or subconscious power in adolescence. Jimmy and Lucille Jr. might have been the unwitting source. Theory 3. A hoax. Skeptics argue the kids could have staged it. Maybe string tricks, magnets, tossing bottles. But if it was a prank, how did it fool trained police officers? The Popper case sits on the razor's edge between belief and skepticism. Too strange to ignore, too thin to prove, and that's why it endures. The end of the haunting. Just as quickly as it started, the activity ended. By March 1958, Popper was gone. The Hermanns never experienced another disturbance again. The case was left unresolved. Popper came and went like a storm, leaving behind only confusion, fear, and a permanent mark on American ghost lore. Legacy and Pop Culture Life magazine immortalized the case. Rhine's notes still appear in parapsychology studies. Decades later, Hollywood used Popper as one of the inspirations for Poltergeist, 1982. The idea of an average suburban family torn apart by supernatural forces that came straight from Seaford, Long Island. So what do we make of Popper? Was it a spirit raising hell in a Long Island basement? A couple of clever kids pulling stunts? Or something deeper? A glimpse at the raw, untapped energy of the human mind? The case remains unsolved. But one thing's certain. Popper the Poltergeist left a legacy that still echoes in ghost stories, in horror movies, and in the fears of anyone who's ever heard something go bump in the night. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the real haunting behind Poltergeist, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and stick with us here in the Pizzaverse for more twisted tales, mob stories, and the strange truths that hide in the shadows. I'm Bambi, this is the Pizzaverse, and remember, we don't just tell stories, we expose the truth. Capiche?
Today I decided to not give you bitches a second of time for the rest of my life. I'll be goddamned if I put in the work and I don't get the credit to fucking suffice. I've been too humble too much in my life, cutting them off so I'm measuring twice. Cause this time I mean it, I'm still fucking bleeding. Bitch, there was better way to hand me the knife. Like poor little Snowy, Bodie is on me. Half of these idiots dumb as a prick. Swear I won't use it when all up on YouTube. My aim with the 45 fucking intense. Imagine if my stolen whip with the 10. Imagine if I finally wanted to quit. Imagine if this industry took the life out of bitch and all I got is fucking revenge. Who would I ride on if I'm about to call it? I think my fans know a couple of names. I know some 5-figure checks that I've written and can't say a word cause I bitch NDA'd. Call on my lawyers cause I keep them paid, but this ain't some shit that my lawyers could save. Cause if I do go out, I'm going out strong and I'll leave y'all a note with the key to the safe. That all of the friends that I lost that was talking shit all on the net, all of apologize, all of them know that I fucking invented, I'll never forget. I never went out in public to vent, I know exactly what I represent. And any little bitch that was that quick to switch up, all of you deserve what the fuck you gon' get. How does it feel when you look at your fans and you know that you'll lose them if I ever talk? If I ever pull out receipts or some video, shorty, I bet you piss in your drawers. Oh, you little bitch ass, silly never shit ass, fickle ass, flip flop, blind ass hoe. You should thank God with like every breath that I ain't talk my shit cause I stuck to the code. But ain't I hit you up directly, tell you that you best be treading real carefully, bitch. Bitch, don't you forget we still got a debt. See, I'ma collect my shit. If you got a question, I got an answer. Ain't I keep the same line? All that boo-hoo shit on the net was a clout chase. Them lies are so tired. Yo, I just noticed everybody that don't fuck with me fucks with each other. It's like a fucking union of dumbass people. Hey, but I'm coming back for my money though, I'm not playing, bitch.